Hey y'all. All right, I still got my lips painted on, so y'all just have to look over it. I don't know if I'll be able to get it washed off or not. Anyway, I've got several things I've got to cook tonight. The first thing I'm going to do is a little pizza dish. I don't know if you would call these like pizza muffins, pizza cups, pizza bites, whatever. We're going to make them, okay? So we're going to start. I have my little 6 muffin pan here, and I did oil it up just a tiny bit because we're going to put some more stuff in there. And then I have this bigger shredded cheese here that I'm going to start with. I got some the other day in my Walmart order for this, but they gave me the real fine shredded, which is fine. I've always said you can't complain if you don't go in and get it yourself. But I had this in the fridge, so I thought, well, I will use this for the bottom layer, because I just feel like the bigger cheese will work better. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind when you do your shopping. If you want to get the stuff to make this, or even the fine shredded, I'm sure would work also. But that's going to be our first little layer. We're just going to layer these up. And these are so super easy and quick. This is perfect for a night whenever the kids are wanting something and you don't feel like cooking, or their quick little lunch, weekend meal, whatever you want it to be. All right, and I have one of these little small rolls of biscuits here. This is the flaky layers. That's kind of like. Now, if you want to make more, you can get the bigger pack. I decided to just get these because I was only going to make 6, and that way I wouldn't have to waste any. So let's see. I ain't used these things in a minute. Okay, but these are really good little biscuits, even just to have for a biscuit, aren't they? I've had them sitting out here for a minute. I've done let them get warm. I should have. I may have to set them back in the fridge for a minute. No, there they go. All right, so you're going to get you a little bit off, and then we're going to place that down over the cheese. We'll come back and fix it. I think I can do 3 pieces out of 1. Now, if you want it to be a little bit thicker, you can do 2 pieces out of 1 biscuit, okay? I'm going to try to do 3. Because y'all know I don't like a lot of bread, which I'm going to give these to Braden. These are perfect for his lunch. And, but he's like me. He don't like a lot of bread either. So there's that. Okay, I may have put a little too much in that one. This may be a little bit thinner. Let's see here. Yeah, I did put a little too much in that one. Hang on a minute. Let's see here. Let me see if I can regroup for a second. Y'all hear Bella? The neighbors across the road, they're outside mowing. And there we go. Okay. Now, let me get that back down in there. So really just however thick you want it. You know, they pull apart really easy, so I just want to try to keep it pretty even if I can. Okay, so there's that one, and then there's that one. All right, so what did we use there? 2 biscuits? Yeah, I think so. So that's why I just wanted to get the little small one. So just think how many you can make if you got the big package of the biscuits. Let me get some on my hands off. Okay. Now, we're going to do some of our sauce. I got this Rayo sauce. You can use any pizza sauce you want. And you could even use marinara sauce. You know, if you had that on hand, I don't think it would matter a bit. I use one or the other a lot of times. So I'm just going to get about a spoonful here. Maybe what, about a tablespoon? Does that look like? And just put some on there. Probably not a whole one because we don't want these to just completely fall apart. So maybe about half a tablespoon. We'll come back and see if we need to add a little more. Bella, what you barking at, girl? What you barking at? Yeah, I think about half a tablespoon will be plenty. And just kind of rub that around on there like that. And a little bit more right there. Okay. Now we're going to do some more cheese. We'll use the rest of this, and then we'll get in. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I have, just like I said, this little finely shredded here. And of course, you shred your own. Y'all know I do a lot of times, but this is such an easy thing. Why make it any harder? Just grab a bag and go. And I'm just going to toss that around with the rest of this. Okay. So just some more cheese. Now this is also, you know, you can do any kind of layered toppings or whatever you want to do. If I were doing these just for myself, I would probably do like some bell pepper, maybe some mushrooms. But for Braden, I'm just going to do pepperoni. Sausage, bacon, ham. He would eat all that, but I don't really have any of that stuff. Bella, come here. Come here. Come here. Kind of mash it down a little bit. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm just going to do another layer, starting with our biscuit, and then our sauce, and then our cheese again, and I'll come back. I don't want to keep y'all while I just do the same thing. So I'll be right back. Okay, I got our other layer of biscuits in there. That's what takes so long, trying to pull those apart. So now we're just going to do our other layer of our sauce. And that amount of biscuits worked out perfect, y'all, for this 6 cup. I have just a tiny little piece over here left, which I probably could have made use of it. So if you like bread, you probably will. But me, I was like, oh, it's okay. I'll just leave that little piece out. It's just a tiny little piece anyway. Okay, move it around. But yeah, when the boys were little and like they have friends over, get out your big 12 pan of these, y'all, and it is just something perfect to make for the kiddos. All right, now we're going to do our cheese again. My problem is I have to make sure I don't make them too big, because y'all know I'm bad about getting carried away with stuff. But if I had some ham in the fridge, I would definitely dice up some ham, and also like the little real bacon bits, you know. I had some in there, but they didn't look too good, so I need to toss them out. Like, it was just a little bit left over in a package, and I thought, I'm not going to use those. You know, they kind of get that dark look to them. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, now we're just going to do some pepperonis. And y'all know, when I'm doing something like this, I don't like to put a whole slice of pepperoni on there, just simply because you know how it is. You go to bite it, and you don't just get a bite of pepperoni. You get the whole thing, and then you pull your cheese off and everything else. So I like to cut them, or you can use the little mini ones. I don't like the little mini ones personally myself, just because they're so thick. Y'all know what I'm talking about? They're a lot thicker than your regular pepperoni. So I just get the regular ones and then just cut them, and that way I feel like I can put more on there, and they cook up better because they're thin. I always like for my pepperonis to be on top, so they can cook and get a little crisp and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna do quite a bit. I'm putting 4 little slices on each one, or 5, so that would mean 1 whole pepperoni and then a piece of another. Let's see, I've had all this sitting out here for a minute, so it's kind of warmed up, and these have gotten that little greasy texture to them. You know how they do. Ooh, they smell good though. I just love pizza anything. What about y'all? It's kind of like tacos. I love taco anything. I love pizza anything. Well, I got just about the right amount out. We have 2 left, and I'm just going to go ahead and stick them somewhere. There we go, just like that. Kind of pat them down. Okay, and then I have some butter here that I have melted. We're gonna season it up a little bit and make it like a little seasoned butter. I'm gonna do some oregano, some parsley. If my little Harley Jade is watching, you know we got to have the parsley, girl. She's a little young girl that loves to watch, and she loves the parsley idea. So sweet. So sweet. Some garlic, just garlic powder. Some in. And then I do just a tiny bit of garlic salt. That just gives it that little pop of extra flavor at the end. Just a little bit. Okay. We're going to mix that up. Now we're just going to spoon that over these so it can all run down in there and they won't stick, or maybe they won't. Like I said, I did do a little tiny little swirl of oil around in there just with the paper, with like a napkin. Just rub some around. So. Just this garlic butter itself smells good. Okay. Now I have a little bit of parm here that I'm going to do, and that's going to be it. Just a little. I actually meant to put this on before I put the pepperonis on, to be quite honest with you, because I don't want it to take away from them getting cooked good. All right, y'all, I have my oven on 350. We're going to pop these in there, and I'm thinking, I think I'd cook these anywhere 15 to 20 minutes, and then I'll be back. Okay, y'all, let's look at our little muffins here. They look so good, smell so good. Look at those. They look good. I've got a gnat trying to fly in here already, right in my face. Anyway, those look good. They smell good. I'm going to let them sit here and rest for just a minute, just mainly for that cheese, because, you know, we don't want to try to get them out in that cheese stringing everywhere. I've got my little platter here ready. We're going to garnish them with a little bit of fresh parm and some extra sauce, and I'll be back and we're going to taste one. All right, y'all, let's start trying to get our little cups out here. Let me get me a thing here to hold on to this. These little pans, you can't hardly hold on to them. Let's see. There we go. I'll set them out there. Then they'll need to cool too once you set them out, of course. Oh, they're still hot. So what I did, y'all, I cooked these on 350 for about, I'm gonna say about 18 minutes, because I got them out a time or two and just kind of checked and this and that. But I'm gonna say 18 minutes, and then I turned them on broil for just a minute or two, you know, to let the top crisp up, because I like to get a little crisp on those pepperonis. But of course, that's optional. Ooh, those are still so hot. And this pan just slides everywhere. This is a tight little squeeze here. I didn't think these got a little bigger than what I was expecting, I guess. But anyway, they fit on there just right. Now, if I was serving these, which like I said, I'm gonna take on a braiding, but they gotta sit out here and cool. Anyway, you don't want to put them in like a tight container as soon as they get done. But here they are. And let me get some of our fresh parm. Just gonna sprinkle that over, or grade that over, I guess you could say. Just a little. I don't want to get it everywhere. And then there in the middle, it's just some of our sauce, and I had already put a little bit of parm on it from the bottle. Okay, there we go. Look at these things. How does that look, y'all? Let me see, how's that look? Yeah, it's nice and brown. Looks pretty good. I hope that the main thing is just make sure the biscuits are done. I hope they are. I've not made these in so long, but we'll see. All right, I'm just gonna let them sit here for another minute, get all this stuff cleaned up, and I'll come back and we'll do a taste test. Okay, let's do the taste test and see how these are. I'm gonna get this in right here. So it looks like it's a little bit smaller. And I'm not even gonna try to bite into this big thing because it is still hot. I'm just gonna try to cut me a piece of it off and go that route. Okay, yeah, the biscuit's done. I'm just trying to cut through that cheese. Let me see here. Let me pick it up now. That way I can kind of feel it and see. Yeah, you can see there there's the biscuit. It's good and done. I'm just gonna do it like this, I think. I'm gonna dip it in the sauce here. That is good. I'm gonna get me some sauce out before I use my fork. Yep, I like that. You know, I don't love bread, so just having those little thin pieces in there is plenty for me. And that Rayo sauce is delicious, y'all. It is so good. Yep, those are just as good as I remember them being. It's hard to kind of see in the middle what they look like. But they're very good. Kiddos will love them. Like I said, they're just like little mini pizzas or pizza cups, or I don't know what I'd call, I guess Pizza Muffins. But they're good. You'll like them too. And you can always change up your toppings. You know, you can do some with just the pepperoni, or you can add some onions and peppers to the other half if that's what you like. Or just do a couple one way and a couple another way. That's how I would have had to done it for my boys, which we all loved pepperoni and cheese. So that was just always the go-to because everybody liked it. It was something everybody got along about. But when it comes from anything after that, everybody wanted something different. But most of the time, your go-to is just pepperoni and cheese. And it works and makes everybody happy. Anyway, y'all be seeing me again. Well, I'll post this video tonight, but I've got something else I've got to cook, and I probably won't post it until tomorrow, but I just want to let you know if I'm in my same outfit. I may change because I'm getting hot. But if I am, then you'll know why. I'm going to get these delivered to him, then I'm going to get back. I've got a lot of chopping and prep work I've got to do. I'm going to do that lo mein that I've been talking about, and I've got to because I have all these vegetables that I've got to use, and I just feel like some good lo mein is the perfect thing to use all of it up. I had been talking about doing it before, and then I ended up using some of those vegetables for something else, but now I have accumulated even more that I need to use, and I thought, well, all of them is going in the dish for this lo mein that I'm going to do. I hadn't decided, do I want to add some chicken to it? I love it with chicken, and I can take it without chicken, so I don't know yet which way I'm going to do, but I know I'm going to get those veggies used up. Anyway, I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.